In today's video, we have a fantastic new Legends League army for you guys to try out. It's absolutely dominating for us in Legends and we want to share it with you guys. Fireball, Meteor Golem and Throwers. You guys are going to absolutely steamroll bases with this strategy. So let's get done with the talking and let's jump right into the army composition. So as you can see, for the army composition on this attack, you have 2 Meteor Golems, 5 healers, 1 Apprentice Warden, 2 Headhunters and 7 Throwers. The spells you need are 1 Overgrowth, 1 Freeze, 2 Earthquake, 4 Invis and a Rage. And then in your clan castle, you want to take either a Log Launcher or a Troop Launcher with 3 Totem spells and at least 1 Meteor Golems, and anything else is up to your choice. On your heroes, for the King, you need the Phoenix, Spiky Ball and Snake Bracelet. For the Archer Queen, you need Frosty, Magic Mirror and Action Figure. For the Grand Warden, it's Sneezy, Raid Gem and Fireball. And for the Royal Champion, it's Fox, Rocket Spear and Electro Boots. Link to this army will be down in the description below. Looking at this first base right here, it's a very toxic base. You have those dead zones all around the town hall. All 4 of those heroes and an Invis tower in the town hall with the Revenge Tower. And then you got the ring of defenses around the outside. But here we have the Grand Warden over at the 9 o'clock side. Basically, we're trying to take down a portion of this ring so that we have a path going in. And we don't want to kind of wrap around the town hall. We want to take out the middle of the base. So most likely on this occasion, you will be using a Log Launcher over a Troop Launcher right there. And the Log Launcher is very OP, man, because, you know, if you don't have a Giant Arrow, you can activate that Invis Tower with those logs, which are absolutely perfect. Now, on this occasion, we let the Grand Warden walk for a fair amount right there. Here come those invisibility spells. We want the Fireball to go directly onto the Recoil Cannon so we can take down that whole compartment. And that's exactly what happens here. Absolutely perfect. Now, here come those Meteor Golems and the Throwers in from that 9 o'clock side. They're going to work their way all the way down on towards this monolith. King and Queen to dissect right here. As you can see, they dissect the pathing with the Log Launcher opening up all the way into the middle and activating that Invis Tower right there, which is going to be fantastic for this attacker right here. Oh, unfortunately, that Invis Tower doesn't pop. So I'm very curious to see how this works out. But the heroes did a great job right there, taking down that ring, making sure that there's true path into the middle of the base. Invis Tower is going to go off sooner rather than later, using that Totem spell to tank for 2 heroes, as well as that Revenge Tower and the long shot. Absolutely phenomenal right there. Oh, the freeze on that Invis Tower, ensuring that Town Hall goes down. The Invis Tower does, in fact, make that Revenge Tower invisible, which is honestly a little bit more scarier than the Town Hall. But we use the Invis again because those Throwers can reach it over the wall, which is absolutely amazing. And look, as you can see, the troops are pushing through the middle. The heroes are wrapping around the outside right here. We overgrowth the back end Recoil Cannon just to reduce the damage on these Throwers. And from here, you know, there's not any healers alive, but you have got that Action Figure, which is basically having another King in the attack. If your King goes down, pop that Queen ability and it's, you know, GG's right there. But look, absolutely crushed. Look at the amount of Throwers that are still alive. The 2 Meteor Golems are still up. The Queen is very healthy. Only 1 Multi-Inferno remaining. The Warden stayed alive a lot longer than I thought he would, because my Warden always dies in Legend attacks, man. And I don't understand why. But fantastic first hit, guys. And look at how much power was left. Here we are with the second attack. We use the 2 Invises very early on, an instant Fireball to take out that clan castle, which was absolutely amazing work right there. We also got the Multi-Inferno Tower down. The Warden was quite low and going down, so of course using an invisibility on your Warden is not so bad whatsoever. It's a shame we couldn't get that of course the monolith down, because it is out of range because of where the Fireball landed, and of course we can't reach it realistically. So now that monolith is isolated, which is a little bit scary, but we are letting the Grand Warden walk a little bit right there. We are dropping a Headhunter to make sure that the Royal Champion goes down as well. Warden is kind of breaking the funnel right here, making the pathing for these troops to come on in, using a Totem right there to tank for that monolith right here. And our troops are going to be coming in any second now, because we wanted to get the air defense down. So once we do end up pulling this Grand Warden, that those healers do not end up getting targeted by the, you know, the air defense, which is actually very nice. Also got the export down. It's unfortunate that this little Tesla popped up, but it's not going to deter the pathing too much right here. King on the outside of the 12 o'clock side, Log Launcher to break all the way through, going all the way for the Town Hall at the 3 o'clock side of the base right here, which is completely fine. It's going to open up accessibility for this multi-target Inferno, which is amazing. Fire Spear is going to be a little bit annoying, but it's not going to be the end of the world. 1 Thrower splits off, but again, it's completely fine. We end up using that Overgrowth to kind of push him back around so that we don't have our troops kind of, you know, disengaging from the core push as where we need them to be. Royal Champion alongside the King and the Queen with the Meteor Golem pushing at that 3 o'clock side right. They're using a totem to kind of tank for the multi-gear tower, as well as those heroes, as these throwers are going to be doing their business in the middle of the base right here. We have got a totem and an invis spell remaining. Both King and Queen ability can be used whenever we want. But now look at the power of these throwers, man. They're going to absolutely tear everything to shreds in the middle of this base. Down goes those 2 scatters in just a second. Heroes are still working very, very nicely. RC ability has already gone off, which is completely fine. But these throwers right there are going to be picking off that monolith, and they're going to be staying alive. They're going to get the job done, man. The Raid Gem on this Grand Warden absolutely powers this army right here, man. And they're absolutely smashing every defense in their radius. Unfortunately, the Warden does go down. We have used our King and Queen ability, but again, there's not much base remaining. There's a couple of archer towers, you know, 1 Rico cannon, and it's not going to really do anything. And again, the power of this attack is just overpowering so many bases in Legends, and it's absolutely crazy, especially paired with the fireball right here. And of course, you know, those throwers are doing massive damage. Here we have attack number 3. Grand Warden placed over at the 9 o'clock side on this one. Now this base looks very interesting. It's symmetrical, so you want to kind of take out one compartment, maybe landing the fireball on that fire spitter, or even the X-ball right here. You know, reducing those invis spells, making sure that we get the value that we need. It's going to be absolutely perfect right here. But our attacker is, you know, being a little bit patient right there. We'll most likely have to drop a totem to keep that Grand Warden alive. There comes that totem right there. Now this is something that you have to keep in mind, right? You see how we drop the totem behind that Rico cannon, and that's to move the Rico cannon away so that we don't end up seeing any of those double shots back onto the Grand Warden. Oh, we fireballed the poison tower, getting the monolith down. Very nicely done. Warden snipes off that export as well, and now here come those throws. Obviously the Ice Golem decides to go rogue, and the Warden for the second was like, oh, Ice Golem, I'm gonna follow you. Absolutely not, Warden. Get back on these throwers right here. That's where we need you. Wallbreaker has opened up over towards this Rico cannon and this Revenge Tower compartment right there. Log Launcher in from the 6 o'clock side where the heroes were deployed in the King, the Queen and the Royal Champion that are all being deployed together to ensure that we have that perfect funnel. Log Launcher is going to open up all the way to the middle. Now keep in mind we still have that overgrowth. We have also got those totem spells that are tanking the damage absolutely perfectly right there. We pop that RC ability nice and early to try to you know, make that funnel and make sure that all our troops are going in towards this town hall. Poison on that furnace. Make sure you're always popping that poison on that furnace, even if there is, you know, a couple of rocket loons. You can always freeze the rocket loons, or if there's ice golems, you're not really too bothered about them, to be honest. Queen is wrapping around that 3 o'clock side whilst these throwers are working through the middle of the base right here. We still have 1 invis and 1 freeze. We end up swagging our freeze because we try to drop the invis on the Royal Champion, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we popped that Queen ability. She's going to be able to clear that whole top side right there. King ability also went off. The spiky ball did some great damage right here. The throwers are pushing their way through, man. They're so strong. And obviously, like, you have to be a little bit careful with the throwers, as you will end up time failing if you're not quick with your fireball. Like, you can't have like a, you know, a 60-second fireball, like a Warden walk for like 50-60 seconds, and then you drop your throwers, because then you're gonna be kind of shooting yourself in the foot on that one. So you want to get your fireball down within the first 20 to 30 seconds of dropping your Warden, so that you have more than enough time for your throwers to push on through, power on through, because their power is not going to be an issue. As you can see, in every single attack we've had at least 4 or 5 throwers still alive, and this is the occasion on this one as well. Same thing, same scenario, same 3-star, guys. So make sure you use this army. But anyways, guys, if you are enjoying this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Use code BLUE if you haven't already for any in-game purchases, as we create guides, giveaway bases, and we create the best content on YouTube for you guys to improve your gameplay and provide you guys with help that no other channels do. So help us by supporting us, and we can support you. And let's jump back into this attack right here, man. As you can see, a quick instant fireball right there with a couple of invises, making sure that he got the pathing and also reducing the damage on this Warden and the entry point right there, which is absolutely perfect right here. Very nicely done so far. We're gonna let the Warden, you know, kind of pick off 1 defense or 2 defenses on the way before we drop our throwers to reinforce the pathing for these throwers, because they want them to go in towards that monolith compartment and then push down onto the base all the way to the town hall, right? That's why we have deployed that log launcher there, of course using that one super wall breaker to open up to ensure that these throwers do push their way in. Poison on top of the witch right here. Oh, it's a super witch. That's absolutely crazy. Haven't seen a super witch in a CC in so long. This guy has got to be trolling, man. But look at this. Look at the power of these throwers. We're going to rage ahead right here to make sure that these throwers get into that rage, and they're going to absolutely shred apart this entire core whilst our heroes work over at the 12 o'clock side together. So that's why you'd want to drop the king, the queen, and the RC together, because, you know, they provide great tanking for each other. They also have great, you know, synergy with one another, as you have that king with the snakes, RC with the rocket spear, queen with that action figure, which is going to be absolutely OP, leading on into the combos to keep each and every hero alive right here. Again, RC doing great work. Queen ability still in the pocket right there. These throwers are picking off this minion prince. They're going to pick off the town hall right here. They were shooting at some air skellies, but they decided to finally lock off right there and get the job done. Once these throwers pick off the multi-gear tower right here, it's going to be absolutely easy enough for the queen to power on through the remainder of the base by herself. It's just that that multi-gear tower does cause so much damage to heroes right there, so you want to make sure you get it down. But again, guys, look, it's an overpowering 3-star yet again, because of the pathing that was made, because of the funnel that was made, because of the way that he deployed his troops right here. There's 3-4 throwers still alive right there. Absolutely fantastic job yet again. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know if you're going to use this army, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.